I'm going to be honest with you. I want to do a podcast about being happy. That's why it's called The Happy Podcast. Me, I'm just an ordinary guy. I'm Mr. Joe Public. There's nothing special about me. I'm not rich. I'm not famous. I've not got no letters after my name. But the one thing about me, and the powerful thing about me, is that I'm someone who was very unhappy at a point in my life. I'm someone who decided to do something about it. I invested in my happiness. I've researched happiness. I took some chances in going for my happiness, and guess what? Man, have I found it. Because of the way that I'm feeling, and I want to continue feeling this way, I want to help as many people around the world to find their happiness too. And that's what this podcast, this Happy Podcast, is about. A podcast, what's that? It's a chat, isn't it? I've had so many goes at starting this podcast off trying to be way over the top or to have it scripted. This isn't scripted, by the way. I'm just what's coming out of me. I want to reach everybody. I want to reach the young. I want to reach the middle-aged. I want to reach the old. I want to reach anybody who is not happy at this moment in time in their life and who wants to get to a happier place, and not only get there but stay there and be able to continue to build on their happiness. If that's you, please listen in to this podcast, because what I'm going to share with you is literally gold dust. Are you happy? You know, it's the biggest question that anyone can ask themselves. And if you, me, we're not happy, then what is the point of our lives, really? Because at the end of our lives, when we look back at it, we're just going to be looking back with regret, looking back at a whole waste of time, doing things that we thought were important that really weren't, kidding ourselves throughout our whole life that we were happy when truly we weren't. You can listen to many different speakers. You can read many books and articles. You can look at research, all presented in a different way, different styles, by different levels of celebrity, by different levels of world standing in a ranking of speakers. But I tell you this, from everything that I've done and looked at, I can seriously tell you that no matter what the style is, no matter who it is talking to you, when you analyse it and look at the message, the content, the message, what you need to do to improve your happiness, to keep it there, to make your dreams come true, which is part of being happy, the content, the message is the same. So I'm just telling you that what you hear from me, you will hear from many famous people, from many famous books, from broadcasts. Wherever you look, you will hear a different style, but it'll be the same message. My style, why I am putting out my podcast, is because I listen to a lot of things, a lot of podcasts, a lot of speeches, and for me, I'm not being disrespectful, but my way of learning, I don't want to talk about theory. I don't want to talk about, watch someone present something who looks damn miserable themselves. I'm a man. I don't like detail. Tell me a story. Give me a vision. That is what this broadcast is about. It's putting the content that is so well known that it's not known, to put the content out there in a way that some people, there might be a gap. Some people like me want to listen to someone like me, an ordinary person talking real, because this is real-time talking. I call it real-time talking because I'm talking to you about the things that I'm still learning now. Everything that I'm going to share with you is what I believe, what I've lived, and what has worked for me. So I'm hoping that if you listen, you might take on board some of the ideas and notions that I might put to you, and they may well work for you. I regard this podcast as an introducer. That's what I am. I'm introducing, and this podcast, this Happy Podcast, is introducing new ideas, new ways of possibly thinking, because if you haven't thought them, they're going to be new ways to you. Different ways of thinking and talking and being and acting and living and loving that will lead you to your happiness and lead you to great success. So if you're someone that's sitting in your world at the moment and you're not very happy, but you want to get happier, I just put it to you, you've got nothing to lose than to subscribe to this podcast, because apparently that's what I need you to do. I need you to subscribe. I need you to press that notification bell, because then every time I put one podcast out, you're going to know about it. I'm going to try to keep them quite short, because the other thing, when I listen to podcasts, when they go on and on and on, I just get a little bit lost or a bit bored or start thinking about other things. My mission is to keep weekly podcasts quite short, put across what I need to put across, and then midweek we'll do what everyone calls deep diving. We'll get into the detail of certain subjects, which is going to move you forward in your life. I ain't got nothing to gain out of, well, I've got a big thing to gain out of getting this. There's nothing for me to gain other than the fact that if you want to learn something yourself, the best way to learn is to teach. And another thing is that once what you put out into life, it all comes back to you. So I'm looking to help as many people as possible to get happy, because that in return is going to return a lot of happiness back to me if you get what I'm saying. This isn't like an entertainment program. I'm not doing a show. I'm talking to you real, talking to you proper, talking to you serious about happiness, because believe you me, being happy, it don't happen by chance, it don't happen by luck. Negativity is working on you, me, on everybody every single day to knock us off our perch, knock us out of our stride, to rob us of our positivity. And if you're not careful, if you're not vigilant, if you're not working on yourself, on your mind, on your happiness every single day, it's not going to grow. And if you ignore it, what happens to things you ignore? They fall away. Anything that you focus on will improve. So if you want to be happy or happier and you're not where you want to be, you need to focus on your happiness. This journey that I would like to take you on is not an easy journey. I'm hoping that we'll have some laughter, some fun. I'll put things through across to you in like a stupid way, really silly points you might think, but I'm just telling you, if you give these things a go, they will truly work for you. You'll be amazed, I mean truly amazed at what will happen for you, the doors that will open for you, the opportunities, the happiness, the good feeling that you will carry inside, so that you can get to a point where you are truly happy. And I'm talking about true inner happiness. I love that saying, true inner happiness, not some bullshit happiness that looks good on the outside, because that ain't going to help you. Only you know how happy you are. You have a voice in your head, don't you, that talks to you every single minute of the day, really. That's your intuition. It's talking to you all the time, and sometimes, most often, at night, in the late night hours when you can't sleep, or in the early hours of the morning when you've woken up early, that voice will talk to you. And sometimes it's a hard listen. You don't kind of really want to listen to some of the things that voice wants to talk to you about, because it's talking to you about what your life is like for real. It talks about your fears and your worries and your anxieties. You need to control that voice, by the way, but you need to be listening to it, because if that voice is talking to you in a negative way, or talking your life down, or saying that you're not where you should be in your life, or if you've got a notion or an idea in you that you should be somebody, you should be doing something, right, then you will be anxious, you'll be stressed about it, it'll bug you, it'll drive you mad, it'll be a distraction, it means you're not happy. You just need to listen to this podcast and the subsequent podcasts that I will be doing with an open mind. That's all I'm asking you to bring to the listening table, is just an open mind and an attitude that I'll just give this a go. I'm not asking you to believe anything that I am saying, jazzy hands. I'm asking you just to listen and give it a go and see for yourself. If you're listening and you don't think it's going to work for you and you think it's a lot of rubbish, you've lost nothing, have you? You can just discard this and scroll on and listen to something else or someone else talking to you. But if you give it a go and it works for you, wow, what could happen? I've loved this saying, if you open your mind, you kind of might be surprised at what you will find. When you suspend belief, when you just go for something, just take a chance. Because I'm someone who believes that your life can change in an instance. bang in a second. It can change on a chance meeting. Some words of encouragement, a word, a sentence or a phrase can be said to you by word of mouth in written film that can actually inspire you to change your life, can have a massive impact on your life. I'm wobbling on now. I'm going to stop. So the bottom line of this podcast, the Happy Podcast, is it's going to be a bit tough. It's going to be a bit of fun. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know if we're going to end up getting guests on and it's going to grow and whatever. I'll introduce you to my daughter at some stage, who is truly a remarkable young lady who's shooting for her dreams. She's just going to turn 20. Someone who ran out of school. She didn't walk out of school. She ran out. She's been chasing her dream and still chasing her dream. That's what we've been encouraging her to do. And I just want you to subscribe and come along this journey. And I want you to comment on anything that I say, the way that I say it, because it's not about me. This is about you. I'm doing this for you. And if I need to have some coaching from you in how I deliver the content, then please share it with me, and I'll try to adjust so that I can reach in terms of content as many people as I can. So I guess that's the end of this first podcast, the Happy Podcast, the first Happy Podcast. Speaking from the heart. So I'm going to end as I always will end, in saying be happy, tune in, subscribe, comment, be happy, because if you're not happy, this is the true thing. If you're not happy, what's the point? So thanks for listening. I'll catch you in another podcast. Goodbye.